Jeff Cook with First Attack Engineering. We produce a super single wheel to get rid of your dual wheels on your larger trucks. Right here I'm with a 2017 F450. This is our super single 20 by 11 steel wheel. It's available in silver, black, or white. This tire combination on this truck is a Continental MPT81, has a weight rating of 6,779 pounds per tire. This is a good tire for a heavy truck. The tire is a 335/80 R20 and it measures out at 40 inches tall, 12.5 inches wide. Now as you can see, this is going to require some fender trimming. This truck we've already installed a 4-inch lift on it, but it's still going to require some fender trimming for the tire to be able to rotate with the steering wheel and not hit the fenders. Okay, this is going to require some fender trimming. So here I've got some masking tape and I'm going to look at it here and see kind of how much trimming I think it's going to need. If you feel underneath here, there's some bolts that hold the fender to the body housing here. So what I'm going to do is try to stay ahead of the one bolt so that we don't cut out all of the brackets that holds the fender on. But this is a good way of getting a nice straight line. So I'm going to lay that tape out here and I'm going to run that back into here and make sure that I've got that bolt is back in here. I'm still going to retain that so that the fender is not loose. And this is ready for us to take a Sawzall and we're going to trim this out and then we're going to make a fill-in panel. Now on the front bumper, it's going to be similar. This front bumper with a factory bumper is going to need to be trimmed. So up here we're going to do something very similar. I'm going to kind of figure out how much I need to take out and I'm going to mark it with the tape. It's good to try to use a tape measure and some tape and try to make both sides the same. Okay, this is one of the little helpful hints. I have a lot of people asking on how big a tire is, how much fender trimming they're going to need. Just for an example, to keep it easy, if you take a 40-inch tall tire, from the center of the hub out is going to be 20 inches. So if you take a yardstick, figure your 20-inch mark, right there's going to be 20 inches out from your center line. That's going to tell you what the circumference of the tire is. Now, for your clearance, when you turn, you're going to gain roughly about 2 to 3 inches of outward from this hub. So right here, you've got you a straight edge there at your 20. And if you take a tape measure, you can add to that your 2 to 3 inches out or even 4 inches out depending on which tire it's going to be, and then that gives you an idea where that's at. So now if you do that and you turn your steering wheel, you can get a real general idea of where that's going to be when you're trying to trim your fender. Here we are with the cutout piece. We're going to turn the wheel, start turning. You want to make sure that you've got clearance. And you can see we retained the factory little felt inner fender, and we've got plenty of clearance here now, so now we're ready to make a piece to fill that in. Okay, here we've bent up a stone guard filler panel. We're going to mount this right in here. That's going to close that area off, plus it's going to help with stones and mud and debris running or flying that way. Now, the way we're doing it, everybody can do it a little different. You got to have something to mount that to, so we're actually making a little C bracket here that we're going to mount in here so that we've got something to mount this to. But there's a lot of different ideas on where you can mount stuff to, but we like to sandwich the original fender piece up in there, and then enclose this in, and that'll enclose all of it in, and you're ready for the bigger tire. Yeah, here you have it. We got this stone guard mud flap mounted in here. It covers the hole inside the fender well. That will help a little bit with the mud and debris. You can see this tire being wider and bigger than what this truck has normally got on it. You are going to have a lot of mud and debris flying in the air, but that's all part of the fun of an off-road experience.